welcome back. Welcome back to Kubo and Lucy Stationery Co. I thought I would do a video or an update on what I am currently using in 2025. Um, I will say that 2025 have been a pretty rough start. It is January 11th as I film this, and I am located in Southern California. I am in Los Angeles. So, if you are aware, we actually have some serious wildfires going on right now. Um, but on top of that, I have been actually sick since New Year's Eve. And if you can hear from my voice, it's still a little congested. So, my windows are closed at home. Because I don't want any of the outside air coming in at the moment because it's just not been the cleanest because of the crazy fires. But we are safe. Kubo's safe, Lucy's safe, myself and Hassan were both safe so far. And we've just been updated. We get updates all the time as to when or if we have to leave. But we did actually pack a bag, so we're ready to go when necessary. So we're staying off the roads as much as possible so that, people can actually get to where they need to go. And, first responders and firefighters were not out there contributing to the traffic, which I think is really important. So anyway, that said, I thought I would share with you what I am currently using. Like I said, in 2025, it's been a really rough start. I got sick, and the last thing I wanted to do was actually touch my planners. So I wanted a reality check so that you guys could see with all those planners that I had purchased what I am currently using. So, and what I am not using, but still is there in the lineup. So let's look at my first one. The first one is the B6 Twine and Paper. You guys know how much I actually love this. I did spend a little time setting this up or spending time to actually write down my appointments and make it nice and neat. That's like therapy for me. But you do remember me saying that my planners are here to serve me versus me to serve my planners. This is the planner that I am serving. So I want this to be something that I want to possibly keep. So I do spend a little bit more time in terms of, making my spread a little cleaner, a little prettier, a little bit neater, so that if I want to look back halfway through the year or at the end of the year, or even at, in the beginning of next year, I could actually keep this. But this is the B6 Twines and Paper. My cover here is made by my dear friend, Mary Jane. And her handle on Instagram, it's Mary Jane. And she made this. This is the leather that is the same kind of leather that Plotter uses. So I actually conditioned this so it's a little bit more soft and less like dry. And I just put patches on them. You guys know that I love this planner. When Kansu actually came out with this, and I just thought this was just so good. The size is great, and I also really love the layout. So I have here my overview, which I've put down public holidays, birthdays, and events. And it's just basically a calendar overview. You have your monthly trackers. Everything that I wanted to do in January kind of went out the window. When you don't feel good, the last thing you want to do is go for a walk. I should really actually track the amount of time that I stayed in bed. I probably would have gotten some check marks here. But other than that, that's my plan, is actually really track some of my wellness habits. I also didn't do anything here in the goals brain dump. I'm not a big goals person, but I really should do something. So I will write that down there. And then any of the goals progress, it would be in this area here. And then I did do December because there's a December part of this planner, and I just, wrote down my calendar in my calendar. Um, and then I have like to-do lists. But the planner really starts in January, where I actually did put all 12 months of the Dodo Lulu B6 calendar. So this is like an adhesive, so I just stuck it on. And then you have this dashboard, which I split between bills and any special events, like things like birthdays, events that I'm going to say, like I'm going to Texas for work. My cousin had her baby on the 5th, so I can write those down. It essentially would be redundant because you have two calendars here, but it's how you want to use this. I can just do little highlights here as well. So that's how I plan on doing this. But you can see I didn't really write any bills on my month on 2 pages because I just didn't really want to look at bills twice. So it could change month to month. There's no system, there's no insane rules. And this is my catch-all if I didn't mention it before. So it will have my personal stuff, my work stuff, my shop stuff. It will just have pretty much everything in here. So it'll be something that I can reference back. Like I have an 8 a.m. car service appointment on the 2nd of January. I can go back and say, well, the last time I took my car in was the 2nd, so I know when. And this is pretty much what it looks like. This was my first week using it, very sick. And then this is the second week, which is this week, and have been pretty lame, not gonna lie. But I did decorate for next week, and then the theme for January really was anything Dodo Lulu, so I have those added. And then my February is going to be a completely different theme. So I'll find a set of stickers that I'll use for the rest of the month. So this is pretty much what it's going to look like. I can't wait to actually show you maybe the first quarter when I do keep up with this. I absolutely am sure I would love it. But this is my catch-all, so it will have pretty much everything. And because I haven't really been doing much with my planners, if you do remember, I have a Hobonichi week set up as well as the plotter narrow, and these two were going to be my EDC. So I'm not gonna lie, my plotter has narrow. As much as I love it, I haven't touched it. So January has been pretty lame, and you can see right here, I'm not gonna lie, I decorated it with cat dew stickers. I could easily go back and back plan, which I probably will. And this was December, and this was all of January. So I have not touched this since the first of the year, or actually the end of last year. So I need to actually touch this again. This is what happens with me is like I miss rings, so I set up a plotter, and then like keeping up with them is just such high maintenance. So, and because I miss my weeks so much that I didn't really use it last year, I did set this up, and you guys saw the setup video. And because I have been ill, I have not even been using my weeks. And this again is my EDC. I have too many EDCs, so I just kind of threw it in there because I do love my weeks. I love this cover. Maybe if I have a little time as a stress relief, I'll just kind of back plan this a little bit because it would just be a waste of beautiful stickers from High Paper Clouds and just a beautiful planner in general. So you can see I didn't do much. The intention's there, just the follow through was not so great. I do love this page though. And then my trackers, which I need to kind of fill this out. Maybe at the end of the month, this would look a little healthier. And the one that I have been reaching out for the most really was the A6. I think because I haven't been feeling good, I didn't really spend much time trying to make my planners pretty. So I did have this paper test A6 lying around, and because I really like the way I've decorated the cover, so I just decided that I might as well use this and just not give a care in the world what it would look like. So, of course, I had to put in some stickers. That was just for the fun of it. And I wrote down all my bills and appointments and stuff, sales meetings, that type of fun stuff on the monthly. And I will tell you, this is not a pretty planner. I am using this mostly like a notebook because when I'm on Zoom calls and stuff, I am able to just pull to the page, write down, um, notes from the meetings, all that sort of fun stuff. Like here, I just wrote down DHL, the phone number, and the tracking number that I actually have to call to track things I have to do, and just basically using these as a notebook. So you can see it is not pretty. And anytime that I have an idea for certain things, I'll just write it down here. Like this one was an idea for the shop. Um, these were some prospect that I wrote down the address there. So it's really not a pretty planner, but it is um, like a notebook. So it's actually right next to me at work, and I can just grab it and just use these empty pages and scribble them. So I don't have to worry about having a plain notebook and my planner with me. So this is what I have been using so far. I think it's less stressful for me because I don't care what it looks like inside. It's just, um, you know, it's not pretty, and it's just purely functional. And lastly, I just pulled this one out. This is actually going to be my daily journal. As I mentioned, I haven't been feeling the greatest, so I have not been journaling. But I did write down stuff yesterday on the 9th and the 11th, and I did want to print out some photos for the previous few days. So um, I just started, and I just don't want this to lapse because I had so much fun doing one in 2024, but it was in my weeks, and I really wanted the A6 because there's more room to write. Um, so I need to actually just start January 1st and catch up on this one. And this, I think I can catch up on, which is my daily journal. So this is pretty much my Techo Kaigi, which is essentially too much. And hopefully I will get a grip on this because I don't want to be overwhelmed, and I still want my planner to look cute. So this has been my notebook slash planner, my EDCs. These two are my EDCs, which really needs an update. And I'm just going to update my B6 once a week when I have all my planning, all my appointments from these. I can easily transfer it over to here when it's super cute, and spend a little time making it all pretty. But this one is my daily journal. So, um, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I have. I actually can't wait to show you my 2024 daily journal in my Hobonichi weeks. I'll do a flip on that in the next video. But this is my mess for the time being. I want to know how many of you guys have actually kept up with your planner intentions of all the planners that you guys are using. I can do another video as to what I am not using. Um, and then maybe you guys can suggest how I could use those, because I do still have some beautiful planners that has just not been touched. So anyway, sorry this video is a little short, a little low energy, but as I said, I'm not feeling the greatest, and I did want to consistently put out videos. And I also wanted to share with you what I am currently using, what I've kind of, you know, tossed to the wayside. But either way, I am very curious to see what you guys are using and how you're planning on use and how you're actually using all of your planners. So anyway, hope you enjoy this video, and hopefully next week will be a better week and there will be no more fires. So I will talk to you guys soon.